Yo! Rishi here from theriptony.com. How do you construct your diet for the ultimate physique? So, we've looked at how to lose weight, how to put on weight, being a function of calories in versus calories out. But I'm sure that most of you don't want to just lose or put on weight. You probably want to get more toned, get that lean muscle definition, cut fat. So that's where it becomes important to focus on not just how much you eat, but what you eat, right? So, look, I'm sure you know this, there's so many theories on how to do this, and a lot of them, this is when you start hearing about these fad diets, like cutting carbs, cutting fat. Look, I've tried a lot of these. What they do is in a few weeks, they leave your body deprived of key nutrients. You don't have energy, you feel miserable, and you quit. You don't want to quit, you want to keep going, okay? So what I want to share with you today, something that's really simple. It's worked for me, it's worked for my clients, and it is sustainable because it's based on common sense. You're not depriving your body of any key nutrients, you're just applying simple common sense and a simple formula to achieve your goal, okay? So let's go. There's 4 main steps you need to follow to construct the diet that's gonna work for you, all right? Number 1, decide your goal. What do you actually want? Do you wanna cut and shred fat? Do you wanna bulk up and put on lean muscle? Or do you just want to maintain because you're rocking the body that you want already? What do you want to do? All right, decide. Step 1. Step 2 is based on your goal. We need to now figure out how much you need to be eating before we look at what you need to be eating. Okay, so that's where the calories come in. Calculate how many calories you're burning every single day. How do you do that? A lot of people struggle with this. I made it really simple. I've recently put on a calculator on my website. It's one of the more recent calculators, so you don't need to know your body fat. All you need to know is your age, height, weight, and how much exercise you're doing every single week. That's going to give you a baseline number. Okay, so let's say that number's 2,000. We're going to use 2,000 for the rest of this video as an example. So the number you get is 2,000. That means that you're burning 2,000 calories every day, which means that if you eat 2,000 every day, you're going to maintain what you've got. So what we want to figure out now is step 3. How much do we actually eat in terms of cutting or bulking, right? So if we're cutting, the key metric is you want to be eating 10 to 20% less calories than you burn every single day. So for 2,000 calories burned every day, that's between 1,600 to 1,800 calories that you eat to cut every single day. On the flip side, if you're bulking, then you want to have a bit more, right? So you want to go up to 10%. Now, these measuring bands that we have, 20% on the low side and 10% on the high side, please do not go either below or above, because the thing is that if you go below 20%, a lot of people cut their calories to, let's say, 1,000 or 1,200, and oh my god, you can see the difference in them. Like they look malnourished. They look like they've lost weight too quickly, they don't have any energy, they look miserable. You don't want that. You want to look healthy, you want to look like you've got more energy and you're healthier in spite of losing weight. That's the whole point, isn't it? On the flip side, if you're eating too much, if you're going above that 10% number, then in addition to any lean muscle you put on, you're going to put on layers of fat that's going to cover all that lean muscle. So again, pointless, because you're going to do that for a few months and then try and cut again. Instead, just slow and steady, build lean muscle, build lean muscle, build lean muscle the whole time, keeping that lean physique. All right, let's do that. Number 4, the final step. Okay, so we've looked at calculate how many calories you need, how much you need to calibrate, how many you need to adjust that. So up to 20% if you're cutting, 10% more if you're bulking. The last one is the macros. This is where what you eat comes into play, right? Because you don't want to just put on weight and lose weight, you want to put on lean muscle and shred fat. So this is where you need to focus on how much protein, carbs and fats you're getting on a daily basis. Now, it sounds complicated, doesn't it? I need to calculate my calories, my protein, my carbs, my fats. It's just too much. Let's just keep it simple, okay? We're going to focus on just one, not all of them, your protein number, all right? So for protein, we're going to focus on, we've already done, if you've watched the video, if you haven't, go and watch it now, on the reason why you don't need 2.2 grams of protein or 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. It's just too much, all right? What you really need, based on scientific evidence, is 1.6 to 1.8 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So if you're 70 kilos, that's between 112 to 126 grams of protein, okay? Now, that's not a lot. You can get that if you want from your diet without any protein shakes, okay? But it's up to you how you do it. Now, once you've done that, once you've figured out how much protein you need, the carbs and the fats will naturally even out, because if you're eating the right foods, foods that we speak about like lentils, beans that are heavy in carbs, they give you your carbs. If you're focusing on snacking on things like yogurt, like nuts, which are high in fats, you're going to get your fats as well. So eat a balanced diet, and the carbs and the fats will naturally come into place. All right. So don't worry too much about how much carbs and fats and protein am I getting. Just focus on two numbers. How many calories should I be eating based on my goal? Number two, am I hitting my protein number? And number three, of course, am I eating the right foods so that the carbs and fats naturally balance out? Okay. So that's it. That's literally it. I know we've covered a lot here. Let me summarize 4 steps. Okay. Number 1, decide your goal. Cut, bulk, or maintain. Number 2, how many calories are you burning? Calculate how much you're burning every single day. Number 3, calculate how much you need to eat based on your goal. So are you going to eat 20% less than those calories you're burning, or are you going to eat 10% more if you're bulking? And number 4, calculate how much protein you need and hit that number. Hit your protein number, hit your calories number, eat the right foods, and the carbs and the fats will naturally fall into place as long as you're eating the right foods. Okay. Now, I hope this makes sense. If you feel like I kind of get it, but I really want to do this, I just need some help, reach out to me. I provide personalized coaching. You can email me on rishi@therippedindian.com, or you can Instagram me at rishidavecoaching. All right. Now, notice from what we first spoke about how much flexibility this gives you. We're not cutting fats, we're not cutting carbs, we're doing none of that. We're just eating the right amount of food, we're getting enough protein so we build muscle and we don't lose muscle if we're cutting, okay? And that's all you need to do. And the rest of the foods that you eat, because you're focusing on high power foods like lentils, beans, nuts, they give you so many micronutrients, you're getting so much energy. So you've got so much flexibility, you're not depriving yourself, which means that 3-4 weeks into this process, you're going to be able to carry on and get the physique you want and then sustain it from there. You're not going to be like one of those people who, they did so well for a couple of months and then it just all comes back again. You don't want to be that person, okay? So look, I really hope this helps. I'm trying to give you everything you need. So you've got a formula now of how to construct your diet. You've got tons of recipes on my website. I'm going to keep posting more. So let's do it. Get cooking, get training, get lean. Peace and love.